So I'm walking around the Comic-Con floor here at New York Comic-Con 2014 in New York City, and I bump into one of the most infamous names in animation and even in our business of radio, Billy West.
Hey, I wouldn't say that, but I'm glad you did.
I grew up listening to you.
Well, you look fine to me. I mean, you look like you grew up nice and everything.
I grew up a well-adjusted young man thanks to the power of television.
Oh, that's cool.
Hey, Ren, will you button me? Will you shut up, you fool? Yes, I shall kill you.
Man, all this constant exposure to radiation is making me thirsty.
I don't want to live on this planet anymore.
You need an autograph? Why not Zoidberg? She's a beautiful ship, all right. I'm gonna fly her brains out.
Doing that voice, did they ever contact you when Phil Hartman died to maybe take over for Troy McClure? Or did they just want to use it as sort of like an homage to him for Futurama?
Well, he was originally supposed to do that. I knew Phil Hartman. He was very cool. He called me up when I still lived in New York, and he called me up at home. I don't know how he got my number. He wanted to say he was a fan, and I was like, whoa, I kind of know who you are too, you know? And he was nothing but generous. He said, you got to move out here, man. He said, all the work for somebody like you is out here. And I said, I don't know, I'm thinking about it, and which I did, I moved. And we did an M&M's commercial together. He played this not so cool candy bar named Chalky Bar. And of course he melts at poolside. And that might be the one where Tia Carrera takes a bite out of my head. You know, but I was laying in bed with my wife, and we couldn't sleep for some reason. And she was saying, how can you stand to be out here with all these people? Everybody wants a piece of you and all that. And she says, aren't there any good people? And I says, yeah, you know who's great? Phil Hartman. That was the night he got murdered.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I miss him. But I mean, when I did talk to him all the time, we talked about our love of big dumb announcers. You know, coming to the Worcester Centrum. You know, they filled the air with words because they were so insecure that they were afraid to leave a space. And we love those big dumb announcers from the old days. So what I did was something that I would have done for Zapp Brannigan, you know, with that big dumb announcer voice. But it was also very reminiscent of Phil Hartman.
I've never known you not to be working. You do so many projects. What are you working on right now?
I just did 52 episodes for Disney. It's a show called the 7D. It's a kids show. And it's playing on 3 different Disney networks. And it's a big ratings one. I mean, already it's their new hit show. But I did Bashful, because it's a new version of Seven Dwarfs. The Seven Dwarfs never made anybody laugh. I'm sorry, ever. I never met anybody that went, oh yeah, high comedy. So they wanted me to do Bashful, and I said, what do you got, rocks in your head? Why are you asking me to do? All he does is peek out from stuff and blush. And I wanted to rock it, so I gave him a high-pitched, squeaky kind of voice, and he loves the Queen. He'll do anything to save the Queen. And so he goes,
we have to save Queen Delightful.
And all of a sudden, I mean now! Like that, and they loved it. The higher-ups at Disney, I could have, you know, I mean, that was taking a huge chance. But I had to do something. I had to bring something to the table, to the character, otherwise it wouldn't rock.
You've had amazing opportunities to do so many different projects and have been very successful at it. With all this time and the success that you've had, is there some projects that you're looking at that one day that maybe you want to do that just hasn't even been pitched yet? Or is there something that you want to come up that's completely unique?
Well, I've always been an objective fulfillment machine for somebody else. I've been doing that. I will continue to do it until they tell me don't come in anymore. But I developed and created a show with my partner from Ren and Stimpy days, and it's a kids show, preschool show, and you know, I'm going to talk to everybody next week. We have the sizzle reel for it, and everybody loves what we're doing, so you never know. I'd like to get like a deal with somebody like on the internet.
Have you ever had any opportunities to work with Disney before this new series that you were doing?
Oh, with Disney? Not a whole lot. I just wasn't their kind of guy or something, you know what I mean?
Well, I don't get that, because you've done everything from, you know, the Warner Brothers world to Nickelodeon to Fox. Why wouldn't Disney want to get one of the hottest voice talents of our century?
I don't know. Maybe they're scared of me or something. I'm a total gentleman. I'm very single, and I go to Europe and I meet girls.
Billy, I won't take up any more of your time. It's such an honor to run into you, and there's so many of your projects that I love, especially Futurama. Thank you for everything you've done, man.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you.
Good news, everyone. Bad news. You're listening to Erik Nagel. Poor people.